What's up, guys? We're back with Danmachi Season 2. I know we've been waiting for this for a long time. There's always a magical moment between the two of us, but this one it was clear because I turned to Josh and I was like, it's been a while.
It really has. And you can really tell right off the bat because there's just so many emotions that not only like the viewer will probably go through, but also like the characters, because they start off really hot in terms of
perfect episode 1 as far as what they chose to adapt.
Yeah, like I don't know if I said it anywhere. Maybe I just said it to you privately, but I think exactly how I wanted it broken down. They broke it down the exact same way, and I was like, finally, not a disappointment, unlike another show I've been watching. But yeah, I guess to start off, we get to see. I guess the Bell and his party, it's not his familia, in the dungeon. You get Mikado, who's there helping them try to, pay back for what her familia did to them in the last season. And then you also have Will and Wolf there, obviously. They're doing a little bit of run in the dungeon, and then they go out for, drinks. Mikado's not there, but the rest of them are, and they run into a new familia that has some pretty bad stuff to say to Bell and them. That leads to a fight. It doesn't end well for them, I would say. And then we get to see later on in the episode that same familia invites Bell and Hestia to this ball. And there's some, I guess you could say fan service stuff in there. You get to see eyes for all those people that like her.
She's happy.
Yeah. But the biggest thing is you get to meet the new god of this familia, which is Apollo. And
cool symbol, by the way.
Cool
that's
symbol.
The only thing that's cool about them.
I would say the voice actor is pretty great in terms of depicting what kind of character he's be. But the big reveal is that he issues a war game, which I don't know if anime watchers know that, but for us readers, it's like, the war game. And there's a perfect god that represents us, like, woo, war game. So, but yeah, that's
war game move.
That's basically what happens in the first episode. Which what's your impressions of it? I think it's pretty...
animation was great. We got to see, the way they started is actually in the dungeon, so that was nice, since we're going to be out of it for quite a bit. For quite a while we'll be out of the dungeon, so it was good to go back there. You have Hestia's killing it, as always. Lily's great as well. I think one of
Welf in the freaking bar fight.
Yeah, Welf is great in this one. Man. It's like all the characters in the anime, I think they really understand what the author wanted for them, so you can see that through all the voice actors. The one... which actually isn't a negative thing. The one thing that I also liked is the pacing. So in the 6th book, the ballroom scene, I think, extends quite a bit. I mean, we talked about that. There's a lot, there's a description of eyes. There's what Belle's thinking about eyes before they dance, and then they dance, and then it's that whole thing, and it's
the dancing's at least 5 pages.
Yeah, in the book. It's a long portion of it. But I think in this one they're just all right, we're gonna make it realistic. We're gonna, this is a scene that we need to have for later on character development, but we're not gonna make it 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, the only thing that maybe I would have liked a little bit more, but I ultimately still like it, is the bar fight. I think in the book it's a little bit more extended, which I did like, because it's Belle's leveled up to level 2, Welf's level 2, even though in the grand scheme of things they're not a high level, they can still hold their own, and it was nice getting that payoff in the book, which you still get that a little bit. They still kick some ass, but I do like how they kept the... You get to see the gap of the levels, is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you still get that effect.
You get to see what level 3 is like.
But yeah, the adaptation of it, the pacing is really great. They don't butcher it like the other show we're covering, Ari Freda. They don't butcher, the what happens in the book. So it's pretty much beat for beat.
Yeah, that was what I appreciated, is because they respected the source material, which obviously the author's in the process of making the show as well. So, but they really respected what the source material. They respected the characters, and then we get Daphne and Cassandra in here, and they're great. I'm excited.
I was about to make the comment to Michael. It's like, I don't know. They have a kind of a sad relationship with each other, Daphne and Cassandra, because Daphne's always beating up Cassandra, and then right when I was thinking that and about to say it to Michael, she just does a little chop on her head. We're going. So I like that. They even do a great job of expanding on the source material and adding stuff for the anime. For instance, I don't know if you want to talk about, Michael, but the little comment that Freya says at the ball.
That is, we'll leave that for people who haven't watched it, but watch for that one. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I love that addition. I think I don't know. I just like the ball scene.
I mean,
trimmed.
Hermes is Hermes, you know, until he character evolves later on. But you know, he's interesting, and we're excited to see him in Volume 7 for sure.
This is probably one of the only 2 big moments Hermes will have in this season. If I'm recalling everything correctly, or you know, as far as we know, they're going to go.
I don't know if
cover.
they're going to show the scene between him and Ishtar, him and Freya, but you know.
True, yeah. But yeah, that's really great to see. Overall, I'm really excited. I think this is going to be really good. It looks like I'm not going to try to, you know, highlight all of the plot deals for people that only watch the anime, but I think it's just from this one episode we can tell clearly how the pacing's going to be forward. So like, you know, next episode, we didn't get a preview, but I would just assume we're going to see Hestia give her answer to Apollo, and then we're going to see the fallout of that answer.
Yes. Yeah. So overall pacing is great. Wargame should be 3 to 4 to 5 episodes at the very most, probably 4, and then we'll be getting into Volume 7, and I don't know what we're going to do with Volume 8. But
I will say, just one last thing, I did appreciate the little things that they add, because I think in Danmachi, one of the things that is really a praiseworthy thing for the author is he does do a really good job of setting up things that he wants to have as like a reveal or a payoff later, and it's very well done in the book, and in the anime they did a good job of that in the first season, kind of laying the groundwork for some of those, but we get that again in this episode. There's a moment where Bell sees the person that he fought, which I cannot remember the Apollo guy's name. It's the worst name ever for English speakers, but you get to see him talk to, I believe is supposed to be Zanus, could be wrong, but you know, about the name there, but there's that thing that will play off later and probably in the next episode.
Yeah, they really got the quest of the story and got all the scenes that are important. It'll be interesting to see if they skip one particular scene, which we'll come back next week and let you know about that. But there is one scene that we're like, I'd be okay with them skipping if they do due to time, but otherwise they've hit it beat for beat, and it's been great, and I'm excited. Danmachi's back. It's great. Volume 6, Volume 7, best source material so far. Yeah. So I think the anime is going to be better than it was Season 1, and you know what? I hope it's super popular, and maybe it grows, and we'll see that. Yep.
For all you anime watchers, this is going to be big differences, because this is when the story starts to take, I don't want to say a more serious note, because there's definitely some comedy in the later part of the season, but you definitely get to see what the stakes are of the show.
Yeah, and you get to see that the world kind of sucks.
Yeah, because not everybody's just smiles and hey-o.
But, you know, great character development, and, you know, Bell becomes a bro, and he becomes the best. So, you know, that was episode 1. It was great. I think, any other comments you want to make, or just...
We didn't see the opening, so we can't really comment on that. I think the first season... the opening didn't wow me. It's still a great song. The girl has a beautiful voice, and I know they got the same singer back for the second season. I just hope that the song matches the tone of the season more so than the first one did. But I'm excited to see that. And I don't know. Everything was just positive, so there's not really much to critique, really. It's just like you should go see it and be with us when we talk about it for later.
Yeah, we'll all stick with it. It's Danmachi, it's our core, we love it, and it's great. So, happy life.
Happy life, and the movie coming in a couple weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
I don't really know how that's going to lay out. I don't know, this really isn't the place to talk about it, but just know that we will be covering the movie as the second season is airing. So, wherever that falls in, we don't know yet.
Stay with us, and all right, addicts, well, peace, and we'll see you with more Danmachi content and more other stuff. So,
all right, see you next week, guys.
Later.
Peace.